Ow! My finger.
Okay, first off, what did you do to your finger? I don't think I'm clapping your finger. What did you do to your finger?
I'm still installing solar on the house, so I've been crawling through the attic. I've been on the roof, drilling holes in the roof.
What did you do to your finger?
I don't know. Just cut it somewhere along the way. Anyway, it's like like I said, nothing phases me except when I hit it.
Just don't use any hand sanitizer for a few minutes.
Oh yeah, that'll be bad. All right. Hi everybody. Welcome to the PokeBeach.com podcast. My name is John. I go by Water Pokemon Master on the website, and I am joined, as always, by my wonderful friend
Justin Basil of JustinBasil.com.
And I kind of felt like we had a lot of news this week, but I don't remember what I posted.
Kind of did.
I don't remember what I posted. So let's see. What should we start with? I guess, why don't we start from the top? So Prismatic Evolutions just released. And if you've seen anything on social media, you know it's really hard to get. But there is some good news. So TCG Player opened 1,200 booster packs of the set, and every time there's a new set release, they put the statistics together for what the pull rates are. And it turns out that special illustration rares can be found at 1 in every 45 packs, which is twice as easy to pull as the last 4 Scarlet and Violet sets. So in Surging Sparks and before, the booster packs were roughly in every 85 to 90 packs, but now it's in 1 out of every 45. The last time we saw pull rates this easy was in Paradox Rift, where they were 1 in 47 packs. Before then, it was 1 out of 32 packs. But the caveat here is, although you can get one special illustration rare out of every 45 packs, you might not get the one you want because there are 32 of them in this set, which is a huge amount. So this means if you do 32 times 45, the chance of you pulling a specific special illustration rare is 1 in 1,440 packs. So this will make it much harder to pull in Umbreon EX just because there is a sheer amount of special illustration rares. The Pokeball reverse holos are found in 1 out of every 3 packs, Master Balls in 1 out of every 20 packs. Hyper rare gold cards are in 1 out of 180 packs, which is nearly the same as Surging Sparks. The gold cards have steadily gotten more rare over time. In earlier Scarlet and Violet sets, they were found in 1 out of every 54 packs or so. So this is kind of like the currency of the TCG. Like this is like the money cards that they make really rare on purpose because it drives people to buying the product. Which just makes it easier for players to get the cards they want because people are opening up the product and, chucking the regular double rares and everything. All other rarities remain roughly the same as previous Scarlet and Violet sets. Ultra rares are 1 in out of 13 packs. Ace specs 1 out of 21 packs. And you can see the graphs from TCG Player here, which accounts for all of the sets since Scarlet and Violet. So, yeah, I would say this is good news. I did see that people were commenting on this on Twitter and on the forums saying that this didn't match their experience. But, you pulled up your kitty. Is that Iroh?
That's Iroh, yeah.
Aw. Was he?
I muted him, but he was crying off camera.
Oh, poor
begging
thing.
for attention.
My kitty is right here on the floor next to me. So I saw some people commenting saying this didn't match their experience, but of course, these are averages. So some people are going to get really unlucky, some people are going to get really lucky, and some people are going to have an average experience. So you're always going to find the full range. That's how statistics work. And I also noticed like a lot of people on Twitter were responding to me saying that the special illustration rares were twice as easy to get. A lot of people were like, they didn't want this to be the case. Like they were really dead set against this being a thing. And I was like, who are these people? And I'm going through their profiles, and a couple of them I noticed were like selling sneakers and stuff. And I'm like, I wonder if the people that are really pushing that this set has brutal pull rates are like people who are have money to make in the FOMO or in the the hype of it all. So a TCG player is a very reliable source for pull rates, and they use the same methodology for every set. So this, and I also did see there was one other person who also had similar statistics who had pulled, I think it was maybe 1,500 packs or something. Their statistics also roughly matched, but it was just really weird that I was seeing a lot of people that didn't want this to be the truth. So is that like, I'm guessing that's like a money thing, like by pushing.
I mean, it may just be people that just don't believe it because it's not the same number of packs that TCG player usually opens, and therefore it's not good enough data. It is what it is. Frankly, my luck with opening packs is typically I'm lucky to get hollows in the pack, even though they're supposed to be guaranteed. So you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah, I tend to have very average luck myself. Never like too impressive, never too bad, just kind of like averagey. But yeah, they did. So the sample size for this set was 1,200 packs. Usually they have a sample size of 8,000 booster packs. But this is because it's a special set and there's not just booster boxes they can rip through. These packs are only available in very limited products right now. So that was the best they could do. Now, somebody in the comments, it's hard to scroll on this setup we have, but somebody in the comments they said they were a math major and they did all the, I don't know if you saw it, they ran the numbers, and they were like, this is reliable data. They're like, based on the sample size, this is reliable data. And like I said, TCG Player is reliable. So I don't know who these people are that are pushing the narrative that this set is much harder to pull special illustration rares from. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure some of them just really believe it's harder because they themselves didn't pull it, but no regular fan like us is opening 1,200 packs. So you can't possibly think that, the packs that you opened, let's say, I don't know, 50 at most, let's say, are going to be representative of the actual pull rates for this set. So keep that in mind, that these are averages and you may have bad luck or you could have good luck. So yeah, this is pretty good news, but again, there are, how many did I say? There are 32 special illustration rares. So you'll pull an special illustration rare much easier, but you probably aren't going to get the one you want because there's 32 of them. So anyway, all right. So that's it for the pull rates. Let's see, what else okay. So let's get into battle partners. So all the cards from the main set of battle partners have now been revealed, all 100 main set cards. And then also two illustration rares that we did not see before, the Articuno and Hops Wooloo. So out of these 100 main set cards, out of the new ones, were there any that you thought are worth talking about?
Not especially. Yeah, there's not much.
In recent years, they've been showing us all the good cards ahead of time. So when the actual set is revealed, it's just kind of like, okay, well, nothing really that new or nothing really that exciting. They did reveal they always reveal one EX that we haven't seen before. In this case, it was
Salamence.
Yeah, Salamence. Was he any good? Or is it any good?
It could be okay, and it depends on how we handle energy going forward. The problem we have here is that double turbo energy is rotating when this becomes standard format legal. So all these attacks are difficult to power up.
I see.
Theoretically it could be okay, right? You're doing with Wide Blast for fire double colorless, you're doing 50 damage each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. With double turbo you're doing 30, but I mean that's still damage, right? And then for fire water double colorless, Dragon Impact does 300. Again, you're probably doing 280 with double turbo, and then you discard a couple energy, you just discard a double turbo, whatever. The problem comes from trying to power this guy up without double turbo energy or without some sort of equivalent energy. And I don't know, it seems a bit much for what it's doing. Like again, theoretically in the right format, this could absolutely be great. In standard, I'm not so sure.
Yeah. And then we didn't, I don't think we saw any new, no, we did see a couple new owners Pokemon. We saw We finally saw Anne's Cling Clang. We saw
Cling Clang.
We saw Lily's Ribombi. But none of them were that exciting, right?
Lily's Ribombi, I think we should probably go over just because it's probably the best card that was revealed. It did make me want to. Well, it did make me swear actually when I was translating it. So the ability Inviting Wink should sound very familiar to anyone who played during Arceus and Dialga and Palkia's heyday. Inviting Wink says, once during your turn, when you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may look at your opponent's hand, choose any number of basic Pokemon you find there, and put them onto their bench.
Ooh,
so this is just like Mawile GX's ability. When it came into play, it would slam all their Pokemon down on their bench, crowding it up, which is exactly what Lily's Clefairy EX wants. Right? It wants nice big benches on both sides. It's interesting. It's definitely support for Lily's Clefairy. Lily's in general as a deck doesn't seem like it's a standard format archetype. I do think like it probably will still be okay in standard, but to me it feels more like this was designed for expanded than for standard. But we'll see.
I'm excited to see the special illustration wares of these owners' Pokemon this coming week. That should be awesome. Yeah, those should be revealed by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So look forward to that.
Somewhere around there.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this. We didn't see any new trainers. So we'll get this in our Journey Together set in March, along with.
For sure.
I'm sorry.
Said for sure.
Oh, sorry. And then we'll also get some of the cards from the EX Starter Deck Generations that didn't release here yet that were put into Prismatic Evolutions. All right, now we have new gym promos, including Hop's pin. You say it.
Pinkerton.
Is that how you say it?
Pinkerton
EX. I swear I have seen this artwork before. I never liked this 5-band artwork. It always just that's Creatures is
it's very samey.
That's their internal artwork team that always does these artworks.
Is.
But
sometimes 5-band is just fine.
But yeah, this will be chucked into a set in the future, maybe in 6 months, or maybe it'll release as a box card. I mean, a box promo. Although I don't know.
Either way, it's bulk.
Yeah. Should we even bother going over it?
It's not very good. It's worth noting that it exists. It's another Hop's Pokemon, but Hop already has a lot of good Pokemon, and Pinkerton is not one of them.
And then we got a reprint.
I think the most interesting thing here is the reprint from Pokemon Center Lady.
Yeah. She gets a new artwork, which doesn't show her being creepy, like the original print. All right, I guess that's it for that. Okay, Pokemon TCG Pocket. Huh?
Trading.
Oh, trading. Pokemon TCG Pocket has announced how its trading feature will work. So trades can be done between friends. Trades can be done with cards of the same rarity. When the feature launches later this month, only certain cards from Genetic Apex and Mythical Island can be traded. More sets will be allowed later. So there's going to be a new set at the end of this month. Apparently it's not going to have trading quite yet because they want people to spend their money on opening the packs. You will only be able to trade diamond cards and 1-star rarity cards. You can't trade 2-star or 3-star cards or crown rare cards. And items must be consumed in order to do a trade. So I don't know. I think this sounds pretty decent. I mean, I never expected that they were going to allow us to trade like the crown rare cards or anything like that, because that's how they make their money, by people trying to open packs to get those cards. So I think this is pretty decent. Like if you have a couple holes in your collection, you can get some. You can get some cards you need for your decks. Yeah. So they had also.
I'm a little concerned about needing items to trade.
I figure
that
it's
makes
like
me worried.
I figure it's kind of like maybe it'll be like some sort of stamina thing, like. It'll like how the Wonder Trade works, where you use like hourglasses or something.
We'll see. I hope it's something not toxic, but we'll see.
We'll see. Now, so far, I think this app has been pretty generous. Like it doesn't feel very money hungry so far. Like I've been able to pretty much complete Mythical Island without really even trying. Genetic Apex, I just have a couple of holes in the secret rares. So to me, this app has been pretty nice so far. It doesn't feel like very predatory, but we'll see. Let's see in a year how we feel about it. Like maybe they're going to ramp it up so slowly you won't even notice. And then before you know it, it'll be like Pokemon Go. So that'll be coming later this month. So we can look forward to that. The one thing is I wish they would let you trade promos too, because I'm already missing some promos. What was the one I was missing? Yeah. I was trying to get the, what was it? I already forgot. It was some Wonder Trade, or no Wonder Trade. What am I saying? I'm missing one of the promos, and I kept trying to get it, and I could not get it. And now it doesn't look like that'll be available to trade because promos aren't available to trade, just the rarity cards. So
yeah,
looks like I'm out of luck.
It is what it is.
I'm out of luck for that. And I'm starting to get more holes in my collection, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep opening the app. Like, I wish there was a way to like reclaim those promos that you weren't able to get. You've mentioned before that sometimes they allow you.
They'll probably revisit it.
Yeah. I hope they do, because I'm already losing motivation because I see these holes. So it's getting to my like OCD-ness that I have these holes. I'm like, well, if I can't have them all, I don't want any of it then. That's my mentality. All right, next story is okay. So brawls brawls have been breaking out at Costco stores over the 151 Blooming Waters Premium Collection. It'll release on February 7th, but it already began appearing at Costco stores 2 weeks ago. And video on social media shows the mayhem. As you can see here, there's a Costco employee who's yelling at these people, no running, no running. And what are they doing, of course? As soon as they get a couple feet past her, they all start running. They knock over a big screen TV while doing this. And they're trying to run over to the crate that has the 151 Blooming Waters Premium Collection. And as soon as we're coming up to this scene, a guy pushes everybody very violently, and then everybody's just scrambling over each other trying to get these boxes. And then in another video, it looks like it's taken down now, actually. I wonder if somebody... But there was also a... what the heck? Oh, no, I uploaded this video, so how is it taken down? I don't know. But anyway, there was another video of the same guy wrestling with the guy that pushed everybody, like elbowed another guy trying to get his Blooming Waters Premium Collection out of his hands. And then in another video that you can see here, people are running up and just grabbing whole what do you call it? Just whole groups of the collection. The lady is saying that you can only grab 7. This guy grabs like 20. So just, I don't know why Costco is not imposing limits on this. Like by now, word has gotten out that these collections are, hot items. And I'm surprised that Costco hasn't been like sued yet or something, because like I said, there was a guy that like elbowed another guy in the face. People are tripping over each other. Like that feels like that's some kind of like safety issue that's going to, bite the store in the butt if someone decides to sue them. So these collections retail for $60, but actually I think at Costco, so their MSRP is 60, but I think Costco had them a little bit cheaper, and they're selling between 120 and 150 on the secondary market. So if a scalper grabs like 10 of them, they could make almost $1,000 at most. So I think that's why people are going nuts over them. I don't think a lot of these people that are grabbing, chunks of them are real fans. I think they're just resellers trying to make a quick buck, and that's
of course they are.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate reality of our hobby right now. I can't believe that video went away. Hold on, I want to find it. Okay, so here's the video. It was age restricted. That's why we couldn't see it. I'm not logged in on this browser, so so the guy that had pushed everybody apparently was trying to get the 2 collections that this guy in the green jacket was holding. And you can see he elbows him in the face trying to get the collection. So the guy that elbowed, like, you could get into serious trouble for, assaulting somebody like that. So if that other guy wanted to press charges, like, he would have a case, because that was seen from many different angles. Everybody has a phone in their pocket today. So, you shouldn't, you should not be doing things like that these days. You are going to be seen and made a fool of online. So, God, these people. So
they're so great, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just the best humans.
Yeah. All right. Next story.
In case it wasn't obvious, guys, I'm being very sarcastic.
So next story is that the Nintendo Switch 2 has been officially revealed. It'll release sometime in 2025. They haven't announced when yet. I suspect that they're holding it back because Trump had said he was going to have tariffs on video games or something. So I kind of think they're waiting to see what happens once he's in office, maybe, before they announce the release date and price. That's my theory. But there will be.
I don't know. We'll see.
There will be a Nintendo Direct on April 2nd, offering a closer look at the console. It's modeled after the original Switch, but is larger and more powerful. You can see here in their trailer, here's the original Switch, and then the trailer shows how they've improved it now for the Switch 2. Made the screen larger, shaved some
more
of the
drift, hopefully.
Yeah, no more Joy-Con drift. There's a second USB-C port now.
Well, it's not just a second USB port though; it's the one on the top.
Yeah, it's on the top. Right.
It's a much better spot for it, I think.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny if they let you attach another screen on top, like make it a giant DS or something? And then the Joy-Cons are larger now, and apparently they can attach magnetically to the console. At least that's what it looks like. And they show here in the video, like, they kind of look like they're being used as mice, like a computer mouse. I think that's why they're doing that. And then, yeah, they attach magnetically to the console, as you can see here. So
we'll see.
They're going to have events in multiple. They're going to have multiple fan events around the world. They're going to have one in New York from April 4th to 6th, LA from April 11th to 13th, Dallas from the 25th to the 27th, and Toronto from April 25th to April 27th. So, yeah, we should be getting ZA pretty soon. As we talked about before, there's going to be a Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia sets in as early as July based off trademarks. So sounds like we're going to be getting ZA around the summertime. All right. Next news story is more Pokemon Center accessories have been released in the US. I feel like they release new accessories like maybe once every quarter or so, or maybe every 2 quarters. So they have a new Snorlax playmat, a new Wurgumi accessory line that includes a binder, card sleeves, deck box, the Midnight Agent accessory line, which had originally released in Japan under a different name, which has a playmat featuring Gengar, Sylveon, Greninja, and then card sleeves, a Ho-Oh and Lugia playmat, card sleeves, deck box, substitute playmat, card sleeves, damage counter case, and so on and so on. I'm not going to go through all of these, but you can check out the Pokemon Center if you want to purchase these. When I first posted these, most of them were only available on the UK Pokemon Center, so I'm assuming the rest of them are eventually going to come to the US Pokemon Center pretty soon, because they don't usually just keep them exclusive to different centers. They usually release all of the items eventually in the US Pokemon Center. All right, next news story is that TPCI has promised to print more Prismatic Evolutions product. So they posted a statement to Twitter saying, "We're aware that some fans may experience difficulties purchasing certain Prismatic Evolutions product at launch due to high demand impacting availability. We understand this inconvenience can be disappointing for fans, and we are actively working to print more of the impacted products as quickly as possible and at maximum capacity. Reprinted products are expected to be available at participating retailers as soon as possible." So this is pretty much what they said during the pandemic when there was a shortage. It's pretty much their standard boilerplate here.
Yeah.
So I was kind of suspicious when they said this statement. I was like, I don't know if, I don't know. I had like a suspicion that they aren't really going to print more than they were already planning to. So, yeah, I don't know why I thought that, but they said we are actively working to print more of the impacted product as quickly as possible and at maximum capacity. So to me, that doesn't really seem like a promise that there is going to be more than they had initially planned. I don't know if I'm reading it wrong, but to me, it's kind of just seems like a generic.
It could go either way.
Yeah,
it's very much a generic statement.
Yeah,
and you know what? It's exactly what like you said earlier. It's exactly what they said during the pandemic, and eventually they did catch up.
Right.
But you get a set like this, and the demand is just absolutely through the roof. And then people are complaining. It's like, oh, why didn't Pokemon anticipate the demand? It's like they did not have this level of demand, and they haven't had this level of demand for a few years. And a set like this had such an obscene level of demand that they couldn't even predict it.
Well, I think they could have predicted it. I think it was pretty obvious that Pocket was going to bring in a lot of people. I mean, I posted a story.
I genuinely do not believe Pocket is the reason that the sales are so high. I think we're giving Pocket way too much credit.
Well, I would say it's Pocket, and it's also the economy tanking and people turning to collectibles as perhaps a source of income, like flipping things or something.
I don't even think that. I think it's literally for searching Sparks. It was Pikachu for this. It's Evolutions. I think that's literally all it was.
But that's not unexpected, though. Of course, Evolutions are going to sell like hot pancakes. Like, of course it is. So, I mean, I guess they put out this. I mean, most people who would interpret this letter would say like, oh, they're going to print more. But I don't know. I'm a little iffy about it. So we'll see if they actually do. Like we've said before, or talked about a few weeks ago, special sets always just have one print wave. And sometimes people think there are other print waves just because things trickle through the distribution system like up to a year later. And they see product on shelves and they're like, oh, it's a new print run. When actually it's the original print run. So I don't know what they're going to do here. So like you said, during the pandemic, they did print more, and that was specifically because the factories were shut down and they lost out time to print. But this is a different case because this is where the demand is very high. It's not because they were shorted in some way like they were during the pandemic when the factory shut down. So I'm not sure. It'll be really interesting to see if they do actually print more of this because it's not something that they generally do for special sets. Now, there are regular main sets where they eventually sometimes print more because the secondary price of the booster boxes, the prices of the booster boxes on the secondary market is absurdly high. So sometimes they do that for main sets, but they don't do that with special sets, excluding the pandemic. So it'll be really interesting to see if they actually do this. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's just take them at their word and hope they're actually printing more. And I'm assuming, at the very least, we're going to get more product down the line. So they'll be fine.
We're actively working to print more of the impacted products as quickly as possible and at maximum capacity. So, yeah, it's kind of like, well, I'm sure they were already doing that. So I don't know if the demand
they were printing the newer products.
Anything.
They were already printing the newer products. I don't think necessarily they were planning originally to go back to print the older products.
Right.
Like they're not. They probably printed most of the stuff that released this week, 6 months ago.
Yeah, forever ago, yeah. And the way that, like we talked about before, the way they typically do special sets is they release additional products that contain booster packs. They don't go back and produce, the I don't know, the tech sticker collections or whatever, or the ETBs. They just release additional products like the Blooming Waters Premium Collection. Or we also know that for this set, we still have that, there's still going to be like an Evolution figure collection coming out in the fall. So I'm going to watch this closely because I'm really curious, because if they do this, that would be a change in how they've typically done things. All right, so next news story is that we finally have the Dragon Discovery promotion coming to the US for McDonald's. So say bye-bye to your New Year's resolutions. It's time to get fat. We can now reveal...
No, I already failed.
We can now reveal the McDonald's Dragon Discovery promotion will run in the U.S. from January 21st until February 24th. It already launched in France in December and is scheduled for Austria and New Zealand around the same time that it's going to come here to the U.S. There's going to be four Happy Meal boxes this time, featuring Charizard, Dragonite and Pikachu, Rayquaza, and what's his face? Roaring Moon. So we've always gotten those Pikachu Happy Meal boxes. So now they're switching it up, and you even get 4 different ones this time.
I actually really like those arts.
Yeah, I do cool. Too. Yeah. It's the artwork they're going to use on the little cardboard boxes that come inside the Happy Meals. But we've already gone over this set before. So it has the Holo Pikachu from 151, Miraidon, Koraidon, Hydreigon, Roaring Moon, Dragonite, and Drampa, and of course non-holo Umbreon and Charizard and some others. So yeah, we will hopefully get the English card images pretty soon. But yeah, start heading to your McDonald's on in 2 days actually. Shoot, I didn't realize it was that soon. Oh my goodness, it starts this week. Wow. Okay,
it's happening.
Yeah, it's happening. So yeah, we'll have the English card images pretty soon. Not that they're anything surprising because they're all reprints.
And many of them aren't even center legal.
Right. All right, now we have Hop's Zacian EX box revealed for March. It'll have alternate artwork that has not been seen in Japan. We talked about this box before, but we didn't have the product image. So it comes with a Jumbo Zacian EX, a promo of Hop's Zacian EX, Hop's Wooloo and Dub Wool, presumably on Cosmos holofoil paper. And then now we know what this photo sticker is. It's just a sticker.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sticker.
Why is it called a photo sticker? Like, what is... I don't know what this photo... Why didn't they just say a sticker? Like, why is it a photo sticker?
Maybe there's something special about it. Who knows?
I have no idea, but it sounded like it was going to be like some kind of, I don't know, Polaroid or... I'm really not sure, but it's just a sticker, it looks like.
What, that doesn't look photorealistic to you?
No, it doesn't. So it'll release on March 28th for $21.99. All right. And is that it? Oh, there's going to be a new premium tournament collection releasing on April 25th, retailing for $39.99. We don't know which trainer it'll feature yet. Typically, these collections feature supporter cards with new artwork that haven't been seen in Japan yet. So last time we got Iono. Before then, we got Cyrus and Clara. And then before that, the original one was Marnie. And it'll come with the usual stuff that it always comes with, which is 1 full art supporter card and 3 foil supporter cards of the same character, same card. So, yeah, I'm really not sure what this will feature. A lot of people were giving their guesses in the comments, and it was pretty funny. They're saying Arvin, Caretaker, Carmine, Rika, Giovanni, Stormtrooper, Misty, Larry, Mr. Mime is Ash's father, Imakuni.
When is this coming out again?
It is coming out April 25th.
So it could probably be something from this set, from Journey. What would be Journey Together?
Yeah, so it could be
probably something from Battle Partners.
Could be an owner's Pokemon. I mean, no, it can't. What am I saying?
It can't be. I mean, it would be an owner.
Be an owner. Be like Brock's.
Maybe it'll be Brock. It could be Brock Scouting. That would be pretty good.
Brock's not that. I don't know. Does Brock live? I mean, he was in the anime, but does he live up to Iono, Cyrus, Clara, and Marnie? I guess he kind of does.
He's a Gen 1. He's a Gen 1 gym leader. He'll be fine.
Yeah, that's true. What other supporters did we get again in Battle Partners?
There was a discard 1, draw to 6. That one might be a feasible one to potentially do.
Oh, maybe
Iris is, frankly.
Iris's Fighting Spirit?
Iris's Fighting Spirit could be one, but that's what I was talking about. But I just don't know that she's playable enough for a box like that. Because like Clara was extremely good. I know Marnie, both extremely good. Very, very playable when they were printed as those boxes. Brox seems like the best contender for playability, at least in a format that's super heavy on aggressive turn 1 item lock. But Iris is like one of those things that it might be better if research rotates from standard.
It'd be hilarious if it was this ruffian.
It's just some dude on the pack. They just call it. It's like the cholo. What is the milk crate carton? Whatever they call them, with official names.
I don't know. And then we also. I just wanted to point out that we got this cute furret. Illustration rare by Rand, who was the winner of one of the illustrator contests. So I saw a lot of people saying this looked like AI art to them, but this is Rand's typical style. So
yeah, it just goes to show that AI is trying to mimic styles like Rand's.
Yeah, so. Exactly. Yeah, it's a very cute furret. It looks very real. I like more realistic Pokemon artwork. Like this almost looks like something you would see in Nat Geo or something, like a furret model, 3D model or something. All right, I guess that's pretty much it for the week.
I'm personally pretty excited for the Switch 2. I know we haven't officially gotten all that much in terms of official information that's been officially revealed. I'm going to be very clear about that. But I'm pretty excited for it. It's definitely a generational leap, in my opinion, from what I've seen.
Yeah, it's like I'm excited because it's going to be much more powerful. So Pokemon's going to have so much more freedom to not like, because Game Freak typically they don't. It doesn't seem. I mean, I don't know anything about game development, but it doesn't seem like they optimize their games very well. So maybe this will be really good for Pokemon games where they can have better graphics and things won't be so janky as you're walking around with the frame rate and everything. I mean, typically, like I've never really had I'm a total casual gamer, but I've never really had a problem with Pokemon games on the Switch. I know a lot of people complain about the graphics and whatever, but that's never really bothered me. I guess I'm a filthy casual.
I thought I would rather play good games than like fanciest graphics.
Yeah.
I do think that Scarlet and Violet was marred by the fact that the Switch's power just really wasn't there. And yes, we can go back and forth on whose fault it was. It was the Switch's. It was Game Freak's. It was whatever. But ultimately, it comes down to if the Switch were a bit more powerful, Scarlet and Violet would have run better. End of story. Scarlet and Violet still, I think, was a very enjoyable game. Did it have its flaws? Yes, it did. Do I think it was a better overall game than Sword and Shield? Also, yes. I think Sword and Shield had its merits too. But I also think both titles had their flaws. Would I like to see a game on the quality of something like Heart Gold and Soul Silver again? Absolutely. But we are in a situation where unless Game Freak actually gets this fourth year or gets some way to develop a little bit more solidly in the same amount of time frame, I don't see that happening. I do hope that now they've had a couple of generations on the Switch, that they're a little bit more familiar with development on the Switch. I think that's one of the things that was kind of holding them back too, is going from that 2D to 3D space.
But that was like 10 years ago Switch. At this point. Almost 10 years ago.
I'm talking about because it's one thing to go from black and white to X and Y in terms of 2D to 3D. It's very different to go from like the 3D, I call it 2D because it's basically 2D, the 3D of the 3DS to the actual 3D that the Switch was offering. The level of power jump the development is completely different because of how much more power there was in the Switch, which should really tell you a lot actually. Because I was just talking about how the Switch was very underpowered, but the 3DS was also very underpowered. It worked very well for what it could do. And I think Game Freak was maybe demanding more of the Switch than it could handle. And hopefully the Switch 2 alleviates that.
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought Game Freak's problem is that they've been pumping out games a lot quicker than they used to. Like I remember I've said before, it feels like at some point, maybe it was Gen 5 or Gen 6, somewhere around there, where they really started like never having time to breathe. And I remember like Diamond and Pearl, we had such a long time before those games were revealed. Like we had Munchlax and the Deoxys movie, and there was just so much more time before the generation actually came out, and then things just started going so quickly. So I think that getting an extra year is really going to help them. And
Well, that's assuming they actually are getting it.
Well, it looks like they are.
We're now in the third year of Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah,
which would mean this is the year that we're going to start getting all of our reveals and such. And then theoretically, at the end of this year, we would have Gen 10.
I don't know why I was thinking it, but I thought Gen 10 was going to be in 2026 because things have been
I have completely lost audio from you, so I am hoping that's just my earpiece.
Oh, now it's your turn. It just, the games have felt sort of rushed to me. You like go into shops and they don't even have shop owners there. It just like shows a menu that pops up. Like it just feels like they cut corners too much.
Well, I mean, they did. They did cut corners, and they were rushed.
Yeah.
They were, and there's no getting around that. And part of that for Scarlet and Violet may very well have been COVID, because I know at least part of development for Scarlet and Violet would have been during COVID's worst times. But I don't think we can exclusively blame COVID for that. We'll see. Maybe Gen 10 will fix all these problems, and Scarlet and Violet will be a thing of the past. Sword and Shield had some areas where it did a lot better than Scarlet and Violet. I think in terms of graphical stability was probably one of those.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Scarlet and Violet also brought a lot of innovations that Gen 8 just did not have.
I had a lot of fun with Scarlet and Violet, and I had a lot of fun with
it was a very
Arceus.
fun game.
I had a lot of fun with Arceus too. Actually, I do have one graphic complaint. Remember in the Arceus game when you take the Hisuian Growlithe to that one island with the volcano? The volcano just looks so bad. It looked like N64 error or something. Like when you go to in the lava place in Pokemon Snap, that's kind of what the island reminded me of. Actually, yeah, I guess there were some like, and they also need a way to figure out like what you can do in the world, because like in the Legends Arceus game, it was nice that you could craft things and get materials and all that. That was kind of fun to me. But like going around a city in Pokemon games, like when you try to go into the shop and there's these menus that pop up, like it doesn't feel like there's really much you can do in the cities. So I hope that that's the point of making Legends ZA is that you're in a city and they're finding some kind of fun gamey stuff that you can do in a city. And then now that they've done it with the wild in Legends Arceus and now they're doing it with the city in Legends ZA, then hopefully Gen 10, hey, they figured it out. You know, they bring both together so that there's always something fun to be doing no matter where you are in the games. Because it just felt like the cities just feel so empty to me. They almost feel like theme parks. Like you go into it and it looks pretty and it's nice, but there isn't much to do. There's not functionally much to do. They're just pretty looking.
I think that's one thing that XY actually did fairly well. There was a lot to do in Lemio City, right? Like it was a huge city. Was it laggy as all get out? Oh, yes, it was. But it was still a really cool city to explore, even if it was easy to get lost in.
All right, so I think that's it for the week. We have the secret rares to look forward to from Battle Partners. And what else is coming up? Maybe that's it for a little while.
I'm trying to think, when's our next Champions League? I feel like it's February, right?
Yeah, we should be getting the reveal of the Marnie and Steven decks maybe in the next, 2 weeks.
Probably not this week, but probably next.
Yeah. And then the Heatwave Arena should be a couple weeks after that. Featuring
Heatwave Arena, I would expect them to reveal... What's the official release date for Heatwave Arena? Let me see here. March 14th. I would expect them to reveal that at Champions League Fukuoka. Mm-hmm. I think that would be
when is that?
Likely. That is February 15th.
Yeah, so a month before. That makes sense. Yeah,
that's when I would expect to reveal.
Glory of Team Rocket was April 15th-ish or something like that, I think.
Let me see.
So that would be.
I have lots of tabs open, and none of them are where I want them.
So I think that would be like maybe a March reveal.
Glory of Team Rocket is 18th of April.
Mm-hmm. So it'd be like March 18th-ish reveal.
And there's no Champions League in March, so yeah, it'll just be a regular reveal at
Yeah.
some sad Thursday night when we all panic.
And I wonder if that Rocket set is going to be... Because I already feel like the owners sets, I've talked about this already, have been kind of... The Battle Partners was a little disappointing because it only featured 4 trainers. I'm wondering if the Team Rocket set is going to be like... Maybe I should like really lower my expectations. Like, oh, it'll just be Rockets Mewtwo, Rockets, I don't know, Persian EX or something. and then
Well,
maybe
they might do like Rockets and like Giovanni and maybe some of the Kanto gym leaders or something. Be like
that would
maybe
be nice.
4 trainers in that set too.
That would be nice, but if they're only doing 4, then yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I would hope they do more than 4. Hopefully, this is because like. A lot of the sets where they introduce something or reintroduce something, they do tend to be more conservative with them in the number they release. Mm-hmm. Like I remember Sword and Shield didn't actually have that many VV maxes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it wasn't that common of a mechanic despite being the set that introduced it. And then they got more and more as the sets went through. And I'm hoping that's the case with these owners Pokemon going through the rest of the sets.
I hope that they increase the amount that we get. So, like, they start to take over the sets.
Because with Heatwave Arena being the next set for this, like, that's basically a 2-month wait for, like, real change to the format.
Mm. All right, so that's it for the week. And we will look forward to seeing the secret rares from Battle Partners by Thursday. That'll be exciting. Get to see, hopefully, like, Lily's Clefairy, Special Illustration Rare, and Zoroark, things like that. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We always look forward to reading your comments. And we will see you all next week. We hope you have a good week, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
And leave Pincurchin in the comments below because John struggles on it.
Pink. I thought it was pinch urchin. Like a pinch, like what is my grandma used to have that, like those needle, what are those like balls, those cloth balls, and you stick the needles in them for sewing? Mm-hmm. What is that called?
Yeah, I know.
What do you know what that's called?
I used to remember. I'm drawing a blank right now.
I don't know what it's called, but I thought it was like, I thought that's what it was referencing, like pinch urchin. I don't know. Look up.
Oh, pincushion. They're pincushions.
Pincushions?
Pincushion. Yes,
oh,
pincushion.
Pincushions. Oh, duh. Pincushions. So it's pincurchin. 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 Potato chip. Pincurchin. Say it. How do you say it?
So it's an urchin, right?
Yeah.
It's a sea urchin.
Uh-huh.
But it's like a
pin cushion.
Pincurchin.
Pincurchin. All right. We'll see you all next week. We're both tired. All right.
We're both exhausted.
That's okay. Adios. Bye.